on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. I bring you guys our week 3 matchup here for the GBA. The St. Louis Rampardos are taking on the Florida Gators and Coach Gator. If you guys are hyped for this matchup, show some love on that like button down below, and definitely make sure you guys subscribe if you're new. If you missed our team builder, definitely check that out as well. That'll be in the description, and I encourage you to check out my opponent. Show some love on that like button. Let's see if we can get 1,500 likes for the St. Louis Rampardos, of course. And our question of the day today is, what is your favorite Gen 7 Pokemon to use in competitive? You can let me know that in the comment section below. Now, I do want to just talk about my pregame really quickly. I talked about the team that I'm bringing and all that good stuff, and I kind of had a bit of a somber tone in that video. I've had a little bit of time to reflect before this match, and I've realized that I'm just putting way too much pressure on myself to try to compete at a high level in this league, and I really just need to focus on trying to have fun. And I might sound like a broken record because I've totally said that in the past, but I feel like when I say it and I actually do it, I enjoy these leagues much better, and I actually play much better too. So I've been a little stressed, obviously, going 0-2, starting all the season not too good. Now we gotta play Gator. He's really good, right? So it's kind of tough, but I have a really cool team this week, and definitely bringing something a little different, a little out of my comfort zone. That's what we're gonna do, man. We're just gonna mix it up, have some good times, and if I go 0-12, I go 0-12, man. This is what it is. It's all good, man. So let's get connected here with Gator. I'll be back in a second, guys. Wish me some luck. Keep your fingers crossed. Let's do it. All right, guys, we are ready to rock and roll. We are connected with Gator here. So let's the battle begin, and we'll see what team Gator is bringing. Fully expecting Laddie, Mamoswine, definitely expecting Doublade. I think we'll see Heatran as well. And then it's a matter of the other 2 Pokemon. I think Galvantula is a possibility because my hazard removing options are relatively limited. I kind of stuck with Dhelmise, but we'll see what he's gonna bring here. Like I said, that Mamoswine is a huge, huge threat, so I look for him to try to take advantage of that. Latios, I have no switch into that, but I like made this team with the focus of just being super offensive to try to like just plow through Gator, but you know, obviously Clefable would have been a good answer to Latios, and I had ideas and options, like I had toyed around with Steelix and stuff, but I really wanted to just go like a more offensive approach this week and just kind of test it out and feel out some of these mons and see how it would go. I see some really good matchups for some of the Pokemon too, if I can kind of play around the priority that he has, and you know, hopefully we can get rid of that Doublade early on and allow things like Haxorus to really put in the work. If I can get rid of Steel types, Haxorus can really put some work in. So we'll see what he's got here. Let's see what he is rocking with this week. Very excited, actually. Very excited for this matchup. Should be a good one. Should be a doozy. We are going to see actually a lot of things I didn't expect. He doesn't even bring Mamoswine. Of course he doesn't bring Mamoswine, but he does bring Whimsicott. Let me update the layout here. He brings a lot of stuff. He's bringing a lot of different stuff. He doesn't even bring Mamoswine, which is something I did heavily prepare for, but that's okay. We got that. We've got the Galvantula, the Hawlucha, and the Diggersby, though. So we've got all that. So we do have to be cautious of webs. That's something we definitely have to be worried about. But not too shabby otherwise. Did he bring Doublade? He didn't even bring Doublade, which is really nice. So let's make some note here. He's got Diggersby, did bring Hawlucha, and brought Whimsicott over Mamo. He probably thought I was going to over-prepare for Mamo, and that's why he didn't bring it. So lead options here, I think him leading Galvantula seems very likely. It's pretty possible that he leads Galvantula, and it's just a matter of whether I want to lead Dhelmise to try to counter that or deal with it later. I kind of like leading Gliscor here. Could be an opportunity because it can match up decently well against his Heatran if he decides to leave with that. And obviously it can help against the Diggersby, and Gliscor getting my own rocks up could be really useful, especially like to break a sash and to wear down just kind of some of his switch in. So I'm gonna lead Dracula here. I should be able to spin at some point, potentially against like the Diggersby or the Whimsicott. Rapid Spin seems pretty feasible, and he has no way to block my spin, so I'm pretty comfortable in leading Gliscor here and just kind of seeing how this goes. He could, like I said, likely leads would be Heatran, Galvantula. You know, I'm thinking those are probably the most likely leads in this matchup for him. So Gliscor actually matches up relatively well, and it is a bummer that I don't have the Poison Heal. I'm specifically carrying the Yachi Berry for Mamoswine, which I didn't even bring, so a little bit of over prep there, but that's okay. And having the priority on Golisopod could be useful. There's a couple things that having that priority could be handy with, especially things like Diggersby and stuff like that. So, you know, and obviously our first impression does one-shot the Latios, which is pretty cool too, unless he's got like a tremendous amount of bulk investment. So let's see what he's gonna lead with, whether he does go with that Galvantula or not. He's gonna lead Saber, which I'm assuming is not Galvantula. It's actually his Laddie, so he's gonna just bust out the Latios right on the first turn here. And this is kind of problematic for me because if he just clicks Draco Meteor here, he actually just knocks us out if he clicks Draco. Now, that's if he's Life Orb though. He could go Dragonium Z, and then he probably wouldn't knock us out, so he might be a little hesitant there. There's a big part of me that wants to go for a knockoff, but I think getting out my Stealth Rocks here is really important, potentially to break a sash on the Galvantula. So I'm actually gonna go for the Stealth Rocks because I don't really have a good switch into Latios anyway. So if he does just click Draco Meteor here, then he'll get the kill. There's nothing I can really do about it. Like, nothing on my team can switch into Latios, and I realize that that's a flaw in my planning. Don't get me wrong here, I get that, but I really felt that you know, I could just kind of play offensively and see how it would go. So we'll give it a solid effort here. If I can get my rocks up though, that would be pretty clutch. I understand that Latios can defog them away, but if I force him to defog, that could be useful too. So let's see what he's gonna do here. I doubt he wastes a Z move here on the first turn, if he has one. And like I said, getting in my rocks seems pretty cool. Don't know if he's defogging or not, but he's actually got the Ice Beam. We're gonna pop our Yachi, which is cool with me, and I'm pretty sure we'll live with the Yachi Berry. And we do hang on with 25, which is nice. And we are gonna get the Stealth Rocks up here. So we see the Ice Beam on the Latios, which is pretty cool. And I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm leaning towards just clicking Stealth Rocks again, because he's gonna knock us out. So if he defogs, I can at least get the rocks up. So I'll actually sack this thing off. I'll let him kill me here. It doesn't really bother me too much to allow for that. And then what I can do on the following turn is I could bring in my Haxorus, I think is probably gonna make the most sense, or Golisopod is another option, because I can threaten him out with a First Impression. And really, I don't know what he's gonna do against Golisopod. Like, First Impression can definitely put in some work against his Latios here. He could make a switch into something, but First Impression seems to be pretty viable against him. So I'll just go for the rocks, like I said, in case he defogs. That would be pretty nice, just to make sure I get them up, force him to knock me out here. Which does stink that I lose, you know, Gliscor right off the bat, but getting our rocks up is really nice, especially if he does have a sash on Galvantula, as I mentioned. He just goes for the Psychic, and he shows us a second move, which is nice. So we get a little bit of intel on this thing. We find out that it does have Psychic, it does have Ice Beam, so not too surprising to see that there, and Gliscor does go down. Now, I can easily go into Golisopod here and fire off a First Impression, which does knock this thing out, and he knows that. So I'm just gonna go right into that thing, and what's his switch into this thing? Probably Heatran. So we're gonna go into Guzma here, and we get to fire off that big First Impression right now, which is going to one-shot this Latios, and there's nothing he could do about that. Now, I don't think Gator is gonna let this Latios just die to a First Impression here. I really don't. So I'm leaning towards going for a Poison Jab into the Whimsicott, is my prediction. Although the Heatran play is pretty likely as well, but at the same time, I'm not sure I wanna risk not killing the Latios here. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna switch. Like, I'm very, very confident in the fact that he's gonna switch here. But is it worth the risk for me to lose my Golisopod right here in exchange for that? So that's the real question right now. Do I go for a Liquidation to hit the Heatran potentially coming in on the First Impression? He could also go Hawlucha here on the First Impression. I could Poison Jab to try to catch the Whimsicott, although I don't think Whimsicott wants to take one. And I'm pretty sure I could take one hit from this thing anyway, but obviously if I mess up, that could be very problematic. I mean, even Whimsicott doesn't want to take a First Impression, so I think I am just gonna go for that move. As much as I think he's gonna switch here, I'm gonna go for the Liquidation. Forget it, I'm going for Liquidation. He goes for Protect. Wow, so he's got Protect Laddie, so he was ready for it. He was ready for it. Gotta give him props for preparing for the Protect there, with Protect there. So we've seen 3 of his moves. I'm assuming his last move is gonna be Draco Meteor, which actually puts me in a tough spot because I don't really have the best things to switch in here. And Golisopod really can't do too much to him, aside from go for Liquidation, which I don't think is gonna do a tremendous amount to Latios, because it is obviously resisted. And he's gonna, if he Dracos, he knocks out. So I mean, or he switches those out. So Poison Jab seems to be a solid play. So I'm gonna just go for the Poison Jab here and get some damage off. He might emergency exit us out, but I'm just gonna try to get a big hit off on this thing. Him having Protect there was pretty interesting to scout out our play. So definitely pretty interesting stuff there. Good prep on his part, being ready for Golisopod with the First Impression for sure. I was not expecting Protect. I'm expecting his 4th move to be Draco Meteor, and I'm expecting him to have the Dragonium Z, and that's exactly what we're gonna see here. We're gonna see that Z Draco Meteor. No, actually Z Shattered Psyche, I'm sorry. So we're gonna see Shattered Psyche come off here, and I actually think we're gonna live, if I'm being honest. We actually live, and it shouldn't even do, it'll actually knock us into emergency exit range and push us out. So that's fine, it's gonna push us out. And yeah, it does knock us into emergency exit and shift us out of here. So we've seen a few of his moves, Psychic and Ice Beam. I don't know what his fourth is gonna be. He could have Shadow Ball. So I pretty much have to go into my my Haxorus here. But the problem is, if I go into Haxorus, he can easily knock me out because like he has Protect. Now that I know he has Protect, like it makes it very challenging for me to do really a whole lot to him. I'm gonna go into Ron Burgundy here and go for a Shadow Claw. Actually, I think I'm gonna Power Whip. I think I'm actually gonna Power Whip. I don't think he's gonna stay in. Do I think he would stay in with Laddie at this point? Delmise versus Latios. I mean, I am AV. I just don't want him to go into Diggersby for free here, though. I could definitely take any hit. Let's see what the Ice Beam does. Ice Beam doesn't 2-hit KO. I should be able to live the 2-hit KO on the Ice Beam. So I'm actually going to go for the Power Whip here and try to catch that Diggersby coming in. I'm going to try to make a play to get back in this and hopefully get rid of something. If he stays in Ice Beams, obviously a Shadow Claw would have been nice because it does knock him out. But Power Whip does like 50% too, which could be nice. Could give me the opportunity to get Haxorus into clean. So at least we wasted a Z move, which is nice. And it was the Z Psychic. But I'm just gonna Power Whip here and hopefully hit that Diggersby coming in. Now it obviously could be the Heatran too. He could go Heatran here. He could make a middle ground play as well. But the Diggersby definitely threatens me with like knockoff and stuff. Perhaps I should have Shadow Clawed, but I'm trying to gain some momentum to get back in this game here, since he really had some good prep with that Protect for the first impression. I should have figured that, but that's why Gator's Gator, man. He's proven himself to be a really good player. I'm stoked he's in the league. He obviously knows what he's doing. Tough to play him in this conference, though. I have to play him twice, so he's gonna switch out. Let's see if I get that Diggersby switch in. Here comes Tokiomi, which is gonna be that Heatran. So interesting switch on his part. It's gonna take rocks damage. We'll get a nice little Power Whip here. I do connect, which is great because we break its Air Balloon. So we get to get rid of that thing's Air Balloon. We basically do nothing to it, but at least we got rid of its Air Balloon, which is quite nice. Now I have to decide what I want to do here. He could just get up his hazards, his Stealth Rocks. I'm thinking I want to go into my Terrakion though, because his Fire type move is very likely, and I don't really anticipate, you know, as long as I don't get burned, I think Terrakion could be a really good play here. He could try to set up Stealth Rocks. That could be his objective here. But me going into Terrakion seems like a great play because I could just click Stone Edge and something dies, pretty much. I mean, I'm Choice Banded, so I don't even know, like, how does something like Heatran take a Stone Edge? I'm actually curious. I don't think it takes it, to be honest. Let me just double check here, because I know Terrakion can take whatever hit this Heatran's gonna go for, unless he Flash Cannons, which I don't think is very likely. Stone Edge does have a chance to knock him out at this range if he's like bulky, like max HP. And then in terms of the Diggersby coming into a Stone Edge, I don't think that wants to take it either. Yeah, it's 2K on the Diggersby, so I'm actually gonna make the play into Terrakion here. And if he does make a prediction and goes for like a Flash Cannon, I mean, that's a pretty interesting play, especially considering he probably assumes that I have Earthquake. I mean, Delmise does get Earthquake, and I could have tried to knock him out there, but I feel that he's probably going to go on the offensive. But he does go for a Stealth Rock here, so I could have knocked this thing out. I definitely could have if I went for the EQ there. But we have Terrakion in now, and Terrakion can definitely put a dent into his team. It hits incredibly hard. It's just a matter of what move I want to go for here, and what do I think is the smartest move to go for. But I think Stone Edge really is that move, so I'm going to go for the Stone Edge here. We got to hit it. But if I do hit it, it should knock out the Heatran at this range. It looks like it does. It knocks out max HP Heatran. I don't know if it's gonna knock out whatever set he's running, but it looks like a bulky Heatran. It takes, let's see here. Let's run this calc again. Looks like it does about up to 80%. So it looks like it's in our favor if he's max HP. Looks like it's definitely a roll that we could hit and could win, and he might not even have Flash Cannon, considering the set he's running. And Flash Cannon shouldn't knock me out unless he's like offensive, and if he's offensive, we should knock him out with Stone Edge. So let's see what he's gonna do here. But this Stone Edge should be able to kill something. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. I'm hoping it kills something. He's gonna stay in. We are gonna connect the Stone Edge. This should be able to pick up the kill, and it does pick up the kill. So we do knock out the Heatran, which is nice. So what do we got? Latios kills Gliscor, I forgot to say that. And then Terrakion kills Heatran, so that's cool. So Heatran goes down, so that's good. We got rid of that thing. And that was actually one of the primary things that was stopping my Haxorus from putting in the work. So now if I get rid of that Whimsicott, we're gonna be in much better shape. I gotta get rid of that Whimsicott, and I gotta keep him from setting up webs. Those are the two key things we have to do here for Haxorus to have an open door and click Outrage. Because I obviously can't click Outrage until the Whimsicott is gone, which is problematic. You know, and I think he's gonna expect my Haxorus to be Scarfed too, which makes that very challenging. But we'll see what he's gonna bring in here. I'm expecting the Latios to come in here. Very much so expecting the Latios to come in. Latios, I'm assuming, knocks me out with a Psychic at this range. It's definitely gonna knock me out with a Psychic. I'll run the calc anyway, but yeah, no, it's definitely gonna knock me out with a Psychic. Actually, it's a damage roll, believe it or not. It's 95 to 113 if he's timid. He should be timid to outspeed Terrakion in the first place. So it is a damage roll. If he brings in Latios, I may actually wing it and just see if we can live. Here comes Sasaki, which is what? It's the Diggersby. So here's the Diggersby, and I don't think I want to give him a chance to set up on us, if I'm being totally honest. I don't think I want to allow him that chance. But then the question is, do I allow myself the chance to hit 2 Stone Edges here? I'm going for it, baby. We're clicking Stone Edge. I can't allow this thing to set up on me, so I'm clicking Stone Edge, man. We're gonna hit him hard. I just don't want to allow him to get an agility up, because that obviously could be very problematic for our team. If he actually gets an agility up here, we might just get swept. I don't know if anything takes it. I don't think anything takes an agility boosted Diggersby, but I'm just clicking Stone Edge, man. We're just gonna hit hard. He could be Scarfed as well. That's another thing. He could very well be Scarfed, but we do 2-shot him with Stone Edge here, so we gotta hit him both. But Mr. Tarak, Mr. Havoc here, ready to wreak some havoc, hopefully, against this Diggersby. And maybe I'll catch him and he'll go for something like a return or predict a switch or whatever. So we hit the first one. Does a tremendous amount of damage here. Let's see what he goes for. He goes for the Ice Punch, predicting the Delmise. We see Life Orb from the Diggersby, which is good intel. And he is Ice Punch. So now we get to click Stone Edge again. And I'm just gonna keep clicking Stone Edge, pretty much. There's really no reason not to. So let's see what he's gonna do here. I would love that Whimsicott to switch in and go down. He may save Diggersby for the future. I mean, my play here is I'm just gonna keep clicking Stone Edge basically until something knocks me out. Obviously, if Latios comes in, I'll sack off Golisopod. So I get the Stone Edge. I hit it again. Oh my goodness, it's a miracle. Havoc kills Diggersby though, and we get rid of that thing. So Terrakion kills Diggersby. So that's really sweet. Now I'm assuming the Latios is coming in here. Now I definitely am not going to take a Psychic from the Latios. There's no doubt about that. He's got to know I'm banded at this point. He's got to know I'm banded. We able to get a little bit of momentum there, though, with that Diggersby play. So that was pretty sweet, actually. Feeling good about that. Diggersby can actually put in some more work, too, I think. It's going to be hard for Diggersby to do much. So actually, you know what I'll probably do? I'll probably just sack it off at this point in time. Let me actually run a few quick calcs here on Quick Attack versus things like Hawlucha, just to see if it's even worth saving, because I think Guzma's going to go down anyway unless I spin. Quick Attack does about 30% to Hawlucha. It's probably going to do about that to a Whimsicott as well, assuming he's like probably minimal speed invested. Let's see here. It does about 30% to pretty much everything at this point in time. So it might be in our interest to save Terrakion for that purpose. But again, once he chooses his Pokemon, I'll make the decision based on you know, what Guzma's health is at. Because if Guzma just dies to Stealth Rocks, then obviously it makes the most sense for me to switch that thing in, considering I don't expect his Latios to really have, whatchamacallit. I'm not expecting the Latios to have anything like sub. But here comes Ryder, which is going to be that Hawlucha, of course. Now, Hawlucha is not a Pokemon I want to allow to set up here. He's got the Mold Breaker, so he's not Unburdened, which is nice to know. Nice to see that he's not Unburdened. Now, here's an interesting calc. What does Haxorus do to Hawlucha if I go for a Poison Jab? Because that's quite interesting. It does about 50%, so not quite enough. You know, I mean, I have Guzma's actually at enough health to keep around and keep that Aqua Jet pressure, which could be useful. You know, I just don't want to allow him to set up like a Sword Stance or something. I'm pretty sure he's going on the offensive here, though. It seems to me that he'd be going on the offensive. So, it's a bit tough for me to decide what I want to do here, because I would imagine he just goes for High Jump Kick, or he goes for a fighting type move, or he could go for the acrobatics. You know, he's got a couple different options here, but I'd imagine whatever he does go for, it will knock me out. The high jump kick seems likely. He could have low kick as well. Some sort of variant of that to try to hit us here, super effective. I think I'm just gonna stay in again and just Stone Edge though. That's what I'm gonna do, because it really, you know, this Terrakion doesn't really match up much against his team. The only thing I have going for me is the priority. He's gonna set up a substitute, so he's trying to get this sub up here. I hope I break it and don't miss this rock Stone Edge here. We do hit the Stone Edge, which is great. So he tries to take advantage of our switch there. I'm not allowing that. We are not allowing that, man. We are not gonna allow that. You gotta knock me out, dude. I'm telling you to knock me out. He could also be banking on the Stone Edge miss, which is not something I really want to mess with. I'm hoping that's not what he's doing here. But if he subs again and I break his sub, that puts him in poison jab range. I gotta break this sub. Oh, he's got a citrus, doesn't he? He's mold breaker citrus, huh? That's interesting. Please don't miss the Stone Edge this time, buddy. Please don't miss it. You gotta hit this Stone Edge, Havoc. Oh, Havoc, you are doing great right now hitting these Stone Edges, bro. You are doing great right now hitting these Stone Edges. So we gotta weaken him. Just one more Stone Edge hit here. Could be crucial. Could be crucial. Gotta get that one more Stone Edge hit in here. He's gonna sub again, so he's testing the waters here, seeing if he can get us to miss. I need this hit. Come on, Havoc. Havoc, you are putting in the work right now, bro. Just keep hitting these Stone Edges, dude. Keep hitting these Stone Edges, man. We gotta hit one more. One more stops him from subbing. One more stops the Hawlucha from subbing. He could have Roost too, but he obviously can't Roost in front of me, so I gotta hit one more Stone Edge. I gotta say, I'm blown away. I've never hit this many Stone Edges in my life. I don't want to jinx it. We're gonna knock on wood. We're gonna knock on wood on this one. Maybe he doesn't have a move to one-shot me here. Maybe he doesn't even have a move that can one-shot me. I'm assuming he's got a fighting move, but he probably doesn't want to go for it. In case I go into, if he has like high jump kick, because Delmize could come in, and that could be problematic for you. But yeah, he's in range now where Haxorus can poison jab and knock him out. And I would imagine Haxorus poison jab into Galvantula might have a chance to knock that out too. No, it doesn't. But the problem is until that Whimsicott's gone, I can't click dragon moves. So that's the struggle. That's definitely the struggle. I can't click any dragon moves until Whimsicott is gone. He's gonna go for the acrobatics. Yo, we should live this. Ooh, we live on two, and we hit the Stone Edge. Havoc! Oh! Yo! Terrakion, the Havoc with some HP investment, kills Hawlucha. Oh, baby! Yo, the Choice Banded Terrak hitting every Stone Edge in front of him, man. What even is that? What even is that, dude? How are you gonna hit every Stone Edge, Terrakion? You absolute little legend. My goodness. I did not expect him to hit every Stone Edge. We managed to hit every Stone Edge, bro. How many Stone Edges was that? That was like 7 in a row. I'm about to struggle. I'm about to struggle. Oh man. One thing I am concerned about though is if he goes into Galvantula and sets sticky webs, that could be a bit annoying. But then again, he has to attack, so we have that going for us. This has been very interesting. This battle has been nuts. I don't even know. Like I'm like, it's funny. I told you guys at the beginning of the video, I was just gonna have fun with it, and that's what I'm doing, man. I'm just clicking Stone Edge, dude. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But it's put us in a commanding position here. Not necessarily any sort of way for me to say that it's about to be over, because it's definitely not. But I have a Scarfed Haxorus here, which could put in some work. So if I can get rid of that Whimsicott, that is gonna be the key to success here. So once that Whimsicott is gone, guys, I click Dragon Claw and we win. Or Outrage. Like, all I need to do is get rid of Whimsicott. Like, once Whimsicott is gone, we can win with Haxorus. So, we gotta get rid of Whimsicott. And I don't know how we're gonna do that. If Whimsicott comes in here, though, he's putting himself in a situation where I can First Impression. But here comes Saber, which is the Latios, of course. Not surprised to see Sir Latios here. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna click Stone Edge one final time here, guys. And he does knock us out, obviously, with any offensive move that he goes for. There's no point in me saving Terrakion, because obviously he has Stealth Rocks up, and I'm at a point where Stealth Rocks would knock me out regardless. He goes for the Psychic, and he's gonna pick up the kill. So Latios kills Terrak with Psychic. All right, so that goes down. So now I have to decide what's gonna be my best bet here, and I'm thinking it's gonna be my Dhelmise. Dhelmise comes in and Shadow Claws and actually just knocks him out, and I don't think he has a great switch into it. Ice Beam definitely won't knock me out because I am Assault Vest. Whimsicott, what does Whimsicott take from a Shadow Claw? Does over half, and Galvantula is probably not gonna wanna take it either. It does over half to Galvantula, so I'm going into Ron Burgundy here, baby, and we are gonna click that Shadow Claw. We're gonna click that Shadow Claw, and we do knock out the Latios at this range, and he has really not the best switch-ins for this thing, so I just get to click Shadow Claw here, which is nice. And if he lets his Latios go down, then Poison Jab Haxorus actually can win. Between Poison Jab Haxorus and Aqua Jet Whimsicott, I'm sorry, Aqua Jet, whatever it's called. He's gonna Ice Beam, but we are Assault Vest. Assuming no freeze, there's no reason why we don't live this. We live. We don't get frozen. Shadow Claw should pick up the kill here, I'm pretty sure, especially after rocks damage. And it does. So Dhelmise picking up the kill. Kills Latios with Shadow Claw. And now he's down to just Whimsicott Galvantula. Far from over. But here comes what? Here comes the Galvantula. So I'm in a particular interesting situation here. I'm thinking I want a Rapid Spin, because I don't think he can knock me out in one hit, and I prevent him from setting up Sticky Webs at this point in time, which could prove to be incredibly annoying. If he sets up Sticky Webs, he could actually have a chance, because then my Haxorus doesn't have the same quite effectiveness. So I'm thinking Rapid Spin makes sense, because then I just bring in Haxorus at that point in time, and I could potentially just click Dragon Claw, or I'm sorry, Poison Jab and win. Is there any instance where that doesn't work? Yeah, I'm really concerned about the him setting up webs here, so I'm gonna go for the Rapid Spin. I don't want to allow him to get up webs. He's gonna have hidden power, so I actually think I'll probably live this, which is a bummer, because if I do live it, so if I just attacked, we would have knocked him out. He has Life Orb as well, so we're gonna see a Life Orb Galvantula there with hidden power, probably Ice for Gliscor leads. But this puts him in range here. I'm gonna go for the Rapid Spin again just to be safe, but that should, after Life Orb, put him in range for Haxorus. Poison Jab does 56 to 66.8, which does mean that Choice Scarf Haxorus here should be able to kill the Galvantula with Poison Jab on the following turn. And Whimsicott goes down as well. He is going to fire off the hidden power. So Galvantula kills Dhelmise with hidden power. And now we go into my man Haxorus. We go into the homie Rage with his Choice Scarf. Rage, it is time, my friend. I need you to just get that Rage going. I need you to pump yourself up. Break that mold, Rage. You have that Choice Scarf. He's got 2 Pokemon left. We are clicking Poison Jab. Let's hit him with that big Poison Jab. I will see you later, Galvantula. I don't think under any circumstances you are living this hit. No, you are not. You are gone. Haxorus. Oh, baby. Haxorus kills Galvantula with Poison Jab. And here comes his Whimsicott. Now Whimsicott, I don't know what this thing can do to me right now. I do not know, but I am faster than him, so his only option is to prankster me into something. I don't really think there's anything he can do to stop this Poison Jab from absolutely destroying him, and having Stealth Rocks stops the potential Focus Sash. Poison Jab comes off, and we are gonna win our first match of GBA Season 7. My goodness, I should just try to be a little bit more reckless all the time, guys. Gotta give some props to Gator, guys. Tremendous competitor. We needed to win this match badly. You have no idea how badly we needed to win this match. And we're gonna take a 3 over Gator, and it's so nice to win again, guys. Big props to my opponent, Gator. Big props to Havoc, the Terrakion, for actually hitting every single stone edge. There's no doubt that I got incredibly lucky with those stone edges. I will take that luck, because you know, Lord Grubbin knew I needed it. But my goodness, show some love to Gator, guys, please, and show some love on that like button down below for us picking up our first win this season. Behind Terrakion and Haxorus picking up 5 of our 6 kills. Dhelmise putting in the work. Those Stealth Rocks proved to be very crucial. And again, hitting those stone edges, man. We hit 7 stone edges. 7 in a row. What is that? What even is that? That makes me a very happy guy. thank you guys so much. Again, I do want to apologize for the pregame and just my attitude lately for the leagues. It's been a very stressful couple weeks for me. I've got a lot going on in life and just YouTube and Twitch. I'm not complaining. I'm so thankful for all the stuff I have going on. It's just so much for my schedule, so things have been a little bit more hectic than I normally would like, obviously. But I'm glad to be able to pick up a win here. This is the comeback, baby. I'm feeling good again. I'm ready to charge. Next week, we got Old Man Sup and the Pittsburgh Piratas. It is time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for watching. #HeadSmash. My name is Dan. I'll talk about aDrive, and I'm gonna catch you guys later. Peace.